What if I told you that history remembers the wrong hero? In 1925, a deadly disease threatened the lives of innocent children in a frozen town in Alaska. Brave men and sled dogs raced through impossible weather to deliver life-saving medicine. One dog became world famous, but the real hero stayed in the shadows. This is the true story of Togo, a dog who was once considered weak, useless, and unwanted, yet went on to become the greatest sled dog hero in history. The story takes place in Nome, Alaska, in the early 1900s, where survival depends on strength, discipline, and trust between humans and their dogs. Leonard Sepola is a respected dog musher who trains sled dogs for racing and long-distance travel. He is strict, experienced, and believes only the strongest dogs deserve a place on his team. One day, a newborn Siberian Husky puppy is born into Sepola's kennel. The puppy is small, fragile, and clearly weaker than the others. Sepola immediately decides the dog has no future as a sled dog and wants to retire him right away. However, Sepola's wife, Constance, feels differently. She believes the puppy deserves a chance to live and grow. As the puppy grows, it becomes clear that he is nothing like the others. He is wild, energetic, and completely uncontrollable. Whenever Sepola takes his dog team out to train, the young dog escapes from the kennel and chases after them. No matter how carefully Sepola locks him up, the dog always finds a way out. The puppy causes chaos during training and disrupts the entire team. Frustrated, Sepola gives the dog away, not once, but twice. Both times, the dog escapes and returns on his own. In one shocking moment, he crashes through a glass window, injuring himself just to follow the team. That is when Sepola finally understands something important. This dog doesn't want comfort or safety. He wants to run. Sepola finally allows the dog to join the team, and what happens next amazes him. The small, once rejected puppy outruns the other dogs with ease. He shows incredible stamina, intelligence, and determination. Even more surprisingly, the other dogs naturally follow him. Without being trained to lead, the dog becomes the leader of the team. Sepola names him Togo, after a famous underdog leader. With time and training, Togo becomes the heart of the sled team. Together, Sepola and Togo win the All-Alaska Sweepstakes, earning respect and fame throughout the region. Togo proves that being underestimated does not mean being weak. Years later, in 1925, disaster strikes Nome. A deadly diphtheria outbreak spreads rapidly, mostly affecting children. The town's supply of medicine is nearly gone, and without fresh serum, many lives will be lost. The mayor plans to have the medicine flown in, but the weather is too severe. Planes cannot fly, ships are frozen in ice, and the town is completely cut off. The town officials realize there is only one way to deliver the serum, by sled dogs. And only one man skilled enough to face such a journey, Leonard Sepola. The mission requires traveling nearly 600 miles through brutal winter storms. At first, Sepola refuses, knowing the danger. But when he understands that children will die without help, he agrees to go. Sepola chooses Togo to lead the team, even though Togo is now 12 years old, which is very old for a sled dog. Constance begs him not to take Togo, fearing the journey will kill him. But Sepola knows that without Togo, he himself would not survive the journey. Sepola and his team push forward through freezing winds, darkness, and endless snow. The cold is unbearable, and exhaustion sets in. At one outpost, a local doctor warns Sepola that Togo is dangerously tired. But time is running out, and Sepola makes a risky decision to cross the Norton Sound, a frozen sea with cracking, unstable ice. It is a dangerous shortcut that could save time, or cost them their lives. Meanwhile, a relay system is created where multiple mushers carry the serum in shorter distances. But Sepola's part of the journey remains the longest and most dangerous of all. On the return trip, disaster strikes. The ice beneath the team breaks, leaving them stranded on a floating piece of ice drifting toward open water. With no time to spare, Sepola throws Togo to the shore. Despite his age and exhaustion, Togo digs his paws into the ice and pulls the entire ice floe back to safety, saving the entire team. The effort nearly kills him. Togo collapses from exhaustion, but Sepola continues through the storm. When they reach the outpost again, the doctor delivers heartbreaking news: Togo is dying. All hope seems lost, both for the dog and for the people waiting in Nome. Still, Sepola refuses to give up. The serum is eventually passed to another musher, Gunnar Carson, who completes the final stretch to Nome. The town is saved, and the children survive. However, when the story reaches the media, a terrible mistake is made. A reporter credits Gunnar Carson and his dog, Bulto, as the sole heroes of the mission. Bulto becomes world famous, statues are built, and Togo's sacrifice is ignored. Constance is heartbroken, knowing the truth has been erased. Sepola eventually returns home, and the people of Nome gather to honor Togo. Though injured and aged, Togo survives. Even after everything he has endured, he refuses to stay behind and continues to run alongside Sepola. In the following years, Togo fathers many puppies who become legendary sled dogs themselves, forming the famous Sepola Siberian bloodline. Togo passes away in 1929, but his legacy lives on. While Bulto received a statue, Togo is remembered in Alaska as the dog who ran the farthest, faced the greatest danger, and proved that true heroes do not need fame to be great. This is not just a story about a dog. It is a story about perseverance, loyalty, and the power of believing in the underestimated.